Hello and welcome back. We've got the back nine of round one for you, the FPO feature card, 2024 Preserve Championship connected by Microsoft Teams. This is the 11th of 18 stop on our tour this year. I am Raven Klein.
Nailed it. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
Thank you.
And that's who we are.
We will have a name.
You can help us. We are watching previous winners, Catrina Allen, Paige Pierce. We're watching also Cat Mertsch and Holyn Handley. Holyn fresh off a win at Beaver State Fling. And Paige Pierce with her first big win of the year. She's also a two-time winner out here. There's a lot of things happening.
Holyn and Paige kept it clean on the front nine. Paige waited till hole 8 to get her first birdie, but maybe that's the unlocking that she needed. Currently right now, Maria Oliva in the lead, with Lukia and Own and a couple other people close behind. We are going to start off this back nine. Hole 10, a par 5, 962 feet. This is the second major change from last year. First shot, you just want a big boomy, get as far as you can. Where we used to cross Victoria's Creek and go up on the hill, you are now playing to this corner, which is full of OB.
Wow.
And you have to pitch across onto this, it's not technically an island, but second patch of inbounds. You're gonna see a lot of players, if they don't make it far enough on their second shot, you're just pitching up and then hoping to get a par. Quick check-in here with Missy Gannon.
Yeah, she's 3 down looking for another one here. This is her third shot.
This is a beautiful shot. She was in prime position to take that backhand gap, but some people get a little bit too pinched and you'll see a lot of forehands up into this green.
Yeah, interesting change.
Yeah.
Do you think that, I mean, it's short, it's quite a bit shorter, isn't it?
It's not too much shorter.
Is it
I would
not?
say it's maybe 150, something like that.
Okay.
But because you have to round that corner,
Yeah.
and your approach into that OB
Sure.
is blind for some people if you're too far right.
Roller. Dang it.
I know. If it wasn't so wet.
Holyn has thrown rollers here in the past.
Yes,
I've seen
but
it.
it's been so dry when people throw their rollers. And with this wet grass,
You're right. Just a massive, beautiful air shot.
how
That's fine.
dare she?
Pedestrian.
Cat Mertsch second on the tee. Another good shot. Great angle on Cat. I actually think being left side is more ideal. If you can throw something that's gonna fade out, be a little more stable, it opens you up to just have a better visual for your second shot up into the corner.
And to just kind of throw more of a hyzer, like to get where Missy was.
Yeah.
Ooh, Paige really overturned. Ooh,
That
could be a disaster.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It's not where you want to be.
No.
And it also like sucks. There's prickly stuff in there. Catrina going with more straight of a shot.
Yeah,
but
nice and smooth.
beautiful.
Looks like that same disc she threw on hole 1. Really controlled power with that one.
Oh, that could have been way worse.
Still,
Did
Paige
it look worse in the camera angle?
It did not look good, yeah. But Paige not really making a whole lot of forward progress. Probably just looking at a par.
Catrina with a straight shot. This is really nice. That sidewalk that we just saw on the right side is also OB.
Yeah.
If you cross it. And so people who do play further to the right, if you don't have a big forehand, you know, you got to throw over it.
Paige landing where kind of the other lady's drive was, but that looks like a really nice shot there.
That is pretty.
Good recovery.
Yeah. I mean, players who don't have her arm speed, that's where they're getting on their third shot anyway.
Whoa. Crazy looking forehand from Cat Mertsch. Turns out pretty good.
Keeps herself away from the OB creek.
Cat's distance sidearm this year has been a little all over the place.
It always gets where it's got to go.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful shot from Holyn. The backhand turnover, good stability, so she doesn't actually crash into the right side. I assume she got... Oh, look at those guys hanging out. I assume she got close enough that she can just forehand into the green.
Hopefully, Jomez put a little sensor bar on the making minis there for the families watching.
Cat Mertsch leaks into the right side.
It's safe, but
not OB.
Yeah.
It's just jail. Little bit of a slip there from Catrina.
She's going to find the right two and
the OB
kick
corner.
OB. What a mean little corner.
I would say as things started to dry out, this was the last area to dry out. Mm-hmm. Paige going with the backhand approach. As long as she doesn't hit any trees.
Oh, wow.
Great. Beauteous.
She didn't look completely thrilled, but it definitely works and gives herself a pretty short putt for a par. Holyn working that sidearm like Raven was talking about, kind of out and around these trees. That's great. That's great.
I love the sidearm because you can just like come into the green a little bit faster. If you throw the backhand, you could just skip right out.
Yeah.
However, the OB behind the basket comes up quick, and Holyn almost found it.
Yeah, definitely faster than it looked. As a little tiny T sign.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, where are we?
So this is near where Catrina just was, but a little bit further up.
Oh, wow. All right.
That is a fantastic out.
Really nice.
From Kat.
Props to the camera guy for getting back there with her. Leap out.
Catrina just had a simple forehand approach up into the bullseye. Kat did not have a simple one, but she made it work. And Paige for par.
Really
That's
great
a great
save.
scramble.
And keeping it bogey free still. Paige finding some trouble, but
Yeah.
you know, it's important not to just lose multiple strokes when you make a single mistake.
Holyn for birdie.
Oh, that's a
Beautiful.
turkey. She's on fire now. Watch out. Moves to 4 down with that one. Catrina putting for a bogey after the OB stroke and moves back to even par.
Makes good on the putt, though. This did come in as the most difficult hole today. That does not surprise me. And we got to see one of the 4 birdies.
And we saw Missy's.
Oh, I suppose we did get to see that before we started.
It looks like
So Missy, Holyn, Haley King, and Maria Oliva. Those are really solid birdies. A par on this hole is great. You are not losing strokes. You're barely losing strokes with a bogey.
Maria gaining strokes on everybody. 7 down now. Ooh, this one's fun. Hole 11. It's fun to watch. It's a par 3. It's 269 feet up and over the wall. If you do not land safe, you go from a drop zone. Is it
Not anymore.
Wait, is it
No,
they changed
is
it?
Not a drop zone. Yeah, it is just where it's regular OB rules.
Okay.
I know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Another check-in here with Missy Gannon. And she's
parks
just
it.
gonna park it. Missy actually teed off on the first or second card today. So
I think she was first card.
So she was first one out. You can see not a lot of spectators out yet. You know, everyone's still rolling in.
It's funny because Missy literally is first out on the course practicing.
Always is the first one practicing.
Always the first one out. And she always says, like, you never know, you could be first. And I think this is her second time this year being the first one out. So
Yeah,
good on her.
Oh, Holyn, that was pretty. A
Beautiful
little bit
shot.
of juice, but I love the line.
I think missing deep is
you should.
a great,
Absolutely.
yeah, especially
This is a
she's able
deceptive
to throw
269.
a buzz, so why not?
You need almost 300 of power just to make sure you clear the wall.
Yeah, you really got to give it some height.
So I love, I
Oh,
love
wow.
players throwing a mid-range on this because you
think-
avoid the skip.
I think that might be a putter. Color Glow AVR3.
Also putters, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Paige is also throwing a putter.
Yeah, definitely an elite player advantage to be able to throw those slower speed discs.
Another beautiful shot. Everyone's just going to park it. Which
It's
I love.
easy. It's easy.
No, I love
Honestly,
watching
like,
it.
yeah, I mean, everyone can get it. I think it's a very fair hole. And I like that there's no drop zone because it was short and super punishing. And now as long as you cross.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. The drop zone is pretty much where people would, if you miss the wall, it's where
Yeah.
you're going to be anyway. Catrina is safe. There's like a ledge here.
Yeah, it's so weird down here.
Still safe.
Look at this strange putt. Really scenic strange putt. Oh, wow.
Hey.
Okay.
Well, that was pretty.
Yeah.
She's like, now I got to climb.
Yeah, nice beautiful mossy wall.
I love this wall. I think it's beautiful. It is just, it's a picturesque location. I love that they bring the bleachers back every year.
Yeah, that is fun. There's usually a pretty good little crowd right there, too.
Holyn for birdie. She's going to miss left side. Tickled some chains, but...
Yeah, she looks pretty frustrated at that miss.
And Kat Mertsch for the birdie.
And kind of move back to even. Paige with a bullseye hit.
Gorgeous.
This was one of the easier holes of the day, it looked like.
Yeah, 14th most difficult, so not so difficult.
Yeah.
But you can still have an array of scores.
That is true in disc golf at all times.
Well, you know, like with islands, you see a lot of it's like it's 2 or 4. And like I know this one isn't an island, but sometimes it feels like it.
Yeah, I think that getting rid of the drop zone's a good change.
Yeah.
Though, for that reason.
Moving on, we have hole 12, par 4, 650 feet. Your first shot, you want to push past this sand pit, and if you can get a little bit left as you follow the drone, that's great, but pushing straight is better than being early left. You get pinched off. Your second shot, that road is not OB, it's casual. You want to just clear this berm, and I always say, I'm like, crash into the bush.
Oh, yeah.
Because
it's amazing.
Even if you're in the middle, you're fine.
It's amazing how many people are putting from that bush, though. It's always a little bit funny.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's magnetic for plastic.
Maria, at that 7 down, throwing her tee shot on hole 12. If you can get around this corner a little bit, as Raven was saying, you are set up really nicely. Oh, wow, yeah. Maria lined up really well.
Oh, hugs the ceiling.
Into the bush.
She tried.
Great shot. She's going to move to
Beautiful.
8.
Just, I mean, her off the tee, her putting stroke, everything, it just looks so comfortable.
And now Missy Gannon, hot on her heels at 5 down currently, and that looks also just unbelievably
clear
good.
the berm. Parks it.
Moves to 6. Missy in solo second, just behind Maria now.
So those are your 2 current leaders.
First card out, just immediately leading the tournament, probably at that time.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Cat up first. I like how you called it a sand pit, because it is not a bunker. It's a pit for sure.
It's a pit for sand. It's just a sand pit.
This is like smoked maybe too far deep.
So
Do you think that's her
where
intentional
she
play?
landed, she can just forehand in now.
Huh.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Do you think that was intentional, or do you think that was a little overturned?
Hard to say, because I could see her just going for distance, but I'm gonna say not intentional.
Okay. Paige with the more traditional play here. That's one of the easier mistakes to make, where you fade into that left side, though I think she's just on the edge and far enough where it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
I think she got far enough.
Yeah. I think that's just like the most common error
100%.
is to end up in that early left side by high
And then leave
in.
yourself with like this right here. Where
Yeah, right
Catrina
there.
landed is the most common.
Holyn also churning hers, similar to Cat Mertsch, but not quite as much height on it, and it's a straighter play.
Love that. Like, I don't think it's where she was going.
Yeah.
Good spot to be, though.
Yeah,
More of a
definitely better
straight
than
approach.
over on this left side.
Catrina's going to be shy of clearing the berm, but still a very easy par. She's going through the tree.
I think so.
Oh, no.
Oh, just left.
Beautiful, Holyn.
Wow, so much power on that sidearm.
The bush.
What a shot.
I love I love when you can really see the angle she's prepping for that,
Oh, yeah.
for that sidearm.
I know. Holland's pre-shot body language is like one of my favorite things to watch, because it always always look like she's going to throw it 1,000 feet. She's going to throw it farther than everyone, and you can tell exactly how she's going to do it. But it's cool she shares all that knowledge, too, with like her tips, and she's such a good teacher.
I was going to call it a piggy bank. What a bank of knowledge, honestly.
Yeah, I like piggy bank of knowledge.
Well, because
Little
there's people
nuggets.
who know stuff, but they don't know how to share the stuff they know.
In bite-sized
And there's people who
piggy
share
bank,
stuff that we don't need to know.
pieces.
Well, it's literally her 2 cents.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, wow. What a birdie run from Catrina. Why does Cat Mertsch have 4 umbrellas?
Thank you. Call back.
But has she really this whole time?
At least it's all 4.
That's wild.
I bet she just offered to carry everyone's umbrella. There's no way they're all hers.
No.
Gives it a floaty run.
Here's Paige from about nearly 50.
Oh, do it.
Man, I like
Just
this
a little
angle
low.
she's doing. That kind of little Annie, that's newer from the longer putts anyway.
This is Holyn for birdie. Makes good.
Birdie with a power sidearm, not something you're going to see very often.
Even though you can like chop, I mean, like any hole in disc golf, I suppose, you can chop this hole up where you're like, oh, birdie makes sense. Such a good feeling birdie.
Oh yeah,
Love this one.
2 perfect shots. You can't mess up. Like, not really.
Try me.
Yeah. Holyn with the only birdie on our feature card. Looks like there were 7 birdies today.
That was the 8th most difficult hole.
About a quarter of the field bogeyed it. Holyn jumping up the leaderboard, now 5 down, just behind Missy Gannon. Maria still leading the way.
Get your homing pigeon disc finder today because a disc in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Hole 13 is a par 3, 349 feet. Once again, so much more difficult than it looks. It's beautiful though, and just so green. I really can't get over it. Got the mighty river behind it. I would say most common mistakes are early right, which is definitely the most punishing. I think the better thing to do is just try to punch it straight and then fade out a little bit at the left. You see a lot of ladies try to get tricky with the flex and end up on that right side. This is a really cool play from Owen. Flex sidearm.
Yeah.
Wow. Owen's sidearm has really just had a lot of power. I mean, she's always had it, but it's just very consistent this year.
Well, I'm hoping her elbow feels better.
Yeah,
you know?
It sure looks like it. But she's getting 350 consistently, which is so impressive. Almost as impressive as the roaring Mississippi River in the background.
So impressive. Mm-hmm. Holyn on the tee first.
Oh,
Another...
man. An Ella jump.
Oh,
lucky.
That is such a lucky kick. She didn't even see it.
It really was an Ella jump. The little twisty. When Ella messes up, turns out they're friends.
Did you know?
I've never seen that from Holyn before. It's cute. Mertsch kind of taking a lot off just to make the first gap.
Yeah, she leaves it short and actually finds that brick wall. Paige Pierce, love the height on that. Just laser flat, little short, but she just gets to the edge of the circle.
That's pretty close to about as good as you could do it on the backhand.
Yeah.
So straight for so long. Katrina trying to work more of a hyzer flip, comes out a little bit early, catches a tree, kicks left.
There's no OB here. You'll see the spectator rope, but everything is still in play.
Yeah, left side, definitely better than right. Ooh. Oh, no.
Leaves her approach a little bit high and catches the branches on the guardian trees. So she, I would assume, is not going to run that because behind the basket is a hill and a river.
It's inside the circle, right? Or is it just outside?
She's just outside.
No, I mean the river on the other side.
It's like her disc.
She's well outside.
No, the river is outside the circle.
Okay. Sure feels inside.
Although it's very high this year,
yeah,
comparatively to what people are used to.
Mm-hmm. Floaty little bid.
Yep, just gonna accept.
Yeah, Catrina
accept the bogey.
Finding a lot of birdies, but just a few errors. That one early double bogey, and then a couple bogeys here and there. close to a really good round. I'm sure she'll find some more green.
Beautiful putt from Paige.
Speaking
Gets
of
the
green,
birdie.
dang, what a putt. Moves to 3 down now.
Kat Mertsch will make good on her par putt. And then we will just see the cleanup here.
So last year, oh wait, now I'm just going to ask you without telling you. What do you think the winning score is going to be? Like,
Oh, they asked in the press conference, and I said 26.
okay, yeah,
I think,
that's a good guess.
Which I think is still okay.
Yeah.
But everyone, I feel like I'm being made a fool here.
Why?
Because every event this year, even, not even cashing. And I feel like
Yeah.
even, gonna be okay here.
Yeah, that's hard to say. Okay, but I will say, so Catrina won last year with a -20. So that's a -26 is a good guess.
Oh, so it's actually not bad.
Like over 3 rounds.
I couldn't remember what the winning score was.
that's what
I was
did.
like, ooh.
Yeah, I think it's a fair guess. But even is not bad out here.
No.
It's just crazy.
Hole 14, par 4, 697 feet. You throw over a part of the creek. However, that creek is a relief area this year, so it's not OB if you land in there. Your first shot, I would say it's better to hug the right side, really avoid the OB on the left entirely. And then your second shot, even with a huck off the tee, you're still having to throw 330, something like that to get to the pin. And it's on the edge of a mound.
Yeah.
So if you fall short, you're looking at a bit of a death putt.
This one, more than almost any other hole out here, is like a true distance separator, I think.
That was a beautiful shot.
It really was good. Because for most of the field, this is max distance, but with perfect accuracy, throwing
Yes.
2 350-foot shots, and the second one's uphill.
Oh, that's so
Wow.
pretty.
Look at that one
Holyn.
drift. So far.
Heck.
You're darn right.
You're darn tootin'. That's the shot you want, folks, if you were unsure. Kat Mertsch.
Oh, yeah.
Good turn on this. Another great shot.
Okay.
Feature card.
Again, there are plenty of holes where having the extra distance out here helps, but I think this one really just
This one,
demonstrates the
I think
difference.
you're right. This is a
in
big
kind of
separator.
The
Catrina
average
needs that
FPO.
to turn, and I do not think it's going to. So Catrina will be OB on the left side here. I think it was last year. We saw it was Gannon Burr got stuck up against the wood.
Oh, yeah.
So he was on the safe side, but we had string, and he was OB because
the
the disc was
worst.
vertical. It was crazy.
Man.
Now they just painted it.
Right. Katrina gonna find that right side, which can be a nightmare. We'll see how deep she is in there.
Yeah, it's not OB, but like let me try again. Like other places on the course, the water's really high.
Yeah.
So if she actually punched through, possible danger.
Yeah, for sure. Paige with a pretty difficult shot on that right side. Really good result. Excellent shot. I was going to say it's a little bit easier from where Kat Mertsch is because you can swing a hyzer, but she actually
Everyone
pulls
is
that
pulling it to the
right
right a little bit.
Was it? It wasn't really windy out there, was it? Because
At no point today was it the kind of wind
if it
that
is,
people would be like,
yeah. If it is
what it
windy,
did.
like usually this is the hole you feel it the most, but that flag is
Yeah.
very still. Holyn
okay, Holyn. So
goes deep.
I like that better. I like
Then
push
what?
past the basket, then falling short.
Oh, okay.
You know, getting to putt back up
Sure.
at the basket.
I gotcha.
In my head, way less intimidating.
Man, Catrina with not a lot to work with, basically a pitch out.
Great out, though.
Yeah, she actually gets
Just
to
the edge
just
of the
outside
circle?
of circle. I take it back. That was very, very good.
So Kat Mertsch also finding herself near the river. Got some vines in her way.
Not sure if she made it all the way out.
Might just be right on the edge.
Catrina trying to save a bogey just outside the circle. Wow.
Beautiful putt.
Her putting today. That's her third circle 2 putt.
Yep, just very smooth. It's
She's very
a little
pregnant.
bit
That's crazy.
I was just gonna say
Like,
it's a little
gotta be
crazy
so
to me
hard.
that she was able to keep her putting form
Yeah.
because it looks like her putting. And she didn't have to make any major adjustments with like her balance or anything. Well, maybe she did, but we just can't see.
Yeah, well, it's working. It looks amazing. She's working it for sure. Kat frustrated with her effort there on the par save. Hopefully it didn't trickle too far. Here's Paige for birdie.
Oh.
Leaves that to the right. Gonna have to make a comebacker. Pretty long comebacker. She looks very small down there. Oh. Holyn's mad for her.
I mean, it touched a lot of chains, but that high left side on these baskets, 50-50. And that might be generous.
Dang, everyone with some putting woes. Kat Mertsch gets the roll. Almost the same
Pretty
spot.
much going to run it back. She's going to do a little, maybe it'll be like player B action, you know? She'll just get to.
Kat cracks me up.
Do it.
Oh, she really did run it back. At least it sat that time. It's amazing that she's able to laugh, honestly. I mean, she's probably fuming on the inside, but yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Holyn coming back.
Birdie.
Nice putt.
Holyn. Good putt.
Oh, yeah. Moving to that 6 down. Chasing the leader, Maria Oliva, who's 8 down through 13.
Kat Mertsch is going to card a triple bogey here on the 14th.
Ouch, after just working so hard to get back to even. That hurts.
And Paige will end with a single bogey on that hole. So Holyn gaining strokes on her entire card.
Lots of strokes.
Threefold.
Still bogey free.
Yeah, love to see that.
Oh, Missy Gannon sneaking her way up in a tie for the lead through 14.
There we go.
7 down. Hole 15 is a par 4. It's the same as last year, which was a pretty major change. There's a mandatory on the right. You want to just get out and over this hill somewhere, anywhere. It's 738 feet, but it feels like it plays longer because it's hard to kind of curve right enough or get far enough off the drive to then have a real shot on the approach. In my opinion, it's just hard for, again, it's another separate. These two are both separators for your average FPO versus your elite distance FPO because it's just pretty risky to throw a turning shot through this gap. Mostly because traditionally it's a lot windier out here.
That's so good.
Like not having the wind, that looks a lot less scary.
Yeah. Well, and it's tough with the Mando as well because there is no drop zone on this hole.
It's re-tee.
It's a re-tee.
Yeah.
So if you miss this, you just got to try again. And that can be really daunting. So you see a lot of FPO just go straight. They
and just
don't even try
par.
and turn to the right after the gap because it brings in so much risk with the Mando. And by going straight, you still have 550 feet to get to the pin.
Yeah. Catrina throwing a turning shot right at that tree. It was the right angle. It just needed to miss.
Common error.
Yeah, so close to being perfect. Kat Mertsch. Body language is saying going big. Ooh.
A little bit of an early release and also not the angle I would have predicted from her on that. Just a bit of a misfire.
Catrina going from the sidewalk. She's inbounds, still has to make that mandatory, but has actually kind of a cool angle to attack.
It almost looks like the old hole.
Yeah.
When we used to tee off from the sidewalk. That's a great second shot from Catrina. She should be able to have another distance shot for her, and then, a putt for par. Kat Mertsch also from the sidewalk here. Getting some good distance. It can be hard to get kind of boomy on that shot when you still have to boomy when you have to get over that hill, but they both did it well.
So I'm sure you can tell from my tone, but I don't really like either of these holes. They're just so long, and they're both tied for the second most difficult.
Yeah, I mean this is a hard hole. You don't see a lot of birdies on this hole, and I mean 2 years ago maybe when they added it, like the Mando. One of the only birdies we saw was a throw-in from like 170 feet.
Is it 2 or is it just last year that they added this? They
pretty sure
together.
2, but the tee pad was different.
Yeah.
Like last year was the first one.
Oh
with
yeah,
the Mando,
they built that nice.
But this hole was still a par 4.
Right. Holyn's
just gonna
get down there.
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Yeah. Stop complaining. Throw farther.
I don't even think I was complaining. Thank you very much.
I was complaining.
A great approach from Catrina.
But, I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing for par sometimes, but.
No, I mean, it's plain and simple. This is a hard par 4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just let it die. Just let it die, Erika. Stop talking about it.
It's okay. How about you talk about what just happened?
Yeah, it's pretty nice recovery shot from Kat Mertsch. A little forehand. Gonna have to make a bit of a putt for her par. Here's Paige with a
going
fierce
downhill.
Easy par for Paige.
This is Kat for her par.
And that's an important one
putt.
for momentum coming off a triple bogey.
Yeah.
You let that become a bogey and things can spiral quickly. Really well done from Kat Mertsch.
This is Holyn for birdie. And that was your only birdie of the day in
Boy,
the
did she
FPO field.
make it look easy, too.
She really did. That second shot was gorgeous.
Huge. Both things.
That tree cratches.
Ooh.
It just does. You know?
Okay.
It catches a lot of discs. Cratches could be a word.
Yeah, it's the new slang.
Paige in for her par and Catrina in for her par as well.
And that's a great save from Catrina with that early tree hit.
It really was, yeah. She made her second and third shot just really smooth. Didn't have to work too hard for the putt. Really at all. Holyn moving to 7 under for the round.
Three-way tie for first.
Ooh. Hole 16, par 3, 310 feet. There really was very little wind today, which is abnormal because I feel like there's normally a ripping, like right to left or headwind on this hole. But I look at this as a hyzer. You see a lot of players just pumping a hyzer to the right side, letting it crash into the hill. I've also seen players do a flex line, trying to land flat on the top of the hill. But I would say this might be one of the most straightforward holes we have.
Yeah. I mean, quite literally.
Yeah.
Missy Gannon, one of our 3 leaders, throwing in kind of the swinging hyzer play, definitely a popular choice. Comes around the backside, gonna have to make a inside the circle putt uphill. And you know it.
Beautiful.
8 down. Bogey free 8 down.
8 down with 2 to go.
What time did she tee off? Like 7:30? It's early.
Did they start that early?
I don't know.
I was
Maybe
hoping like
7:50.
8, maybe.
Yeah.
Back to our feature card, Holyn on the tee first.
And a big shout out to the ops team who built that tee pad during the week.
Yeah, so we had a lot of, it was really slick on the sidewalk. And so prior to today, with the rain we were supposed to get, the ops team just put in a new tee pad for us.
Pretty amazing work out here.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing shot from Holyn. She's going to be putting for another birdie. Here's Paige.
Both getting skips on the back edge of the hill. Paige just doesn't hook up as much as Holyn's did, but she'll be putting up for a birdie from edge of circle.
Catrina a little low out of the hand. Wants the skip here. And she gets it.
Gets it.
Yeah, inside the circle.
The way the hill, like the slope of the hill, it's so perfect for this right-hand backhand hyzer. Like
Yeah.
It just gives you the skip you want.
Definitely a tough lefty hole, though, with that big tree in the way.
Kat Mertsch being the only one to really give it like height toward the basket.
Yeah, but that's a worse place to be.
It is.
Yeah.
If you actually give this one a run for an ace and have the distance, you're skipping off the backside of the hill and looking at a deep circle 2.
Bye.
Girl, bye.
Huh? I like the pace of the putt there.
Huh? Paige for birdie.
It's so weird to see it not that windy. It really is.
It is. Oh, right side chains for Paige on her birdie putt, so she'll be able to tap in a par.
Catrina for a birdie, trying to get back to even par. the first putt of the day that didn't quite look like her normal putt.
Yeah.
But she had a tree in the way.
I mean, just a little high.
Holyn keeping pace with
Birdie.
Missy. Moves to 8 down.
Just the smirk. Oh, I wonder who she saw. Actually, she waved toward the campground where a lot of players are parked across from like the 18th green.
Just chilling.
So it could have been anybody. Probably Missy. It was probably Missy. She was done at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a cool tournament because everyone, kind of camps right there and hangs out, and it's just fun.
There are very few to no places that allow what the preserve allows. Mm-hmm. And even with all the rain this week, people have still been able to move in and camp. Just a couple people had to move around a little bit.
Yeah. Big thanks, though, to Kayla Viska and Airborne for providing such a unique experience on tour for us.
Yeah.
Maria Oliva sliding back for the first time today into solo third. Ooh, yay. Hole 17 is a par 3. It's fun. It's hard, though. It's a tunnel, but it's only 243 feet. The OB comes into play surprisingly quick at the end, too. If you really pipe something down there, you see mids, you see putters. I don't think anyone's crazy enough to throw a fairway driver, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Let's watch it.
I haven't personally seen it yet.
Owen's probably throwing Destroyer. No, she's not. And if she's not, no one else is.
Beautiful shot from Owen. She's just outside the bullseye.
Working that fairway about as much as you can with the flex. She's going to move to 6 down. Hi, Ella.
Hi, Ella's caddy. His name's Dan.
Oh, hey, Dan. Holyn up first. Her second turkey of the round.
Hugs the right side. Doesn't
Dang.
make it past the last couple trees. Kicks over to the left. She'll just pitch up and down. She'll get the par.
Up and down.
Yeah, all around.
Amazing. I believe last... Man, I'm going to give another probable statistic here. I know Holyn has either the most turkeys on tour or one of the top.
I would not be surprised.
I'm pretty sure she has the most and got it last weekend at Beaver State Fling. She's like beating everyone. And like she's 2 today. She's leading the field in turkeys.
Oh, that's such a nice shot. Honestly, the last 2, both really solid shots. Fading a little bit to the left side, but why not?
I think that's kind of the mistake. It's not even a mistake.
Those were
just like
two pure shots.
That's the play. That's what happens.
That's the play.
It's so hard to get it perfectly straight all the way down there.
Cat fades too early, does catch the last tree, but she's cleared all the trees. And we'll just have to pitch up only.
Oh, here's Holyn going up, down, around, back over, sideways in the circle.
Leaves it a little short, actually. I only say that I assume people want to be up against the pin, when you're laying up.
Where's the fun in that? There's no sport there.
My bad. See?
Yeah.
Right up against it.
Not very sporting. Catrina for birdie. Looks like she has one branch in her way.
Was it that one?
It was that branch. It might be more than one, honestly.
I think.
There was several.
Oh, I take back what I said. She didn't really leave it that short.
Yeah, she had to earn it.
Yeah.
Right sporting of her.
Good putt, Holyn.
Good show. A little business, Holyn, coming out. Gosh, look how pretty it is. I literally can't get over it. I can't. You can't make me.
We appreciate it.
Okay. It's pretty nice.
I'm speaking on behalf of Minnesota.
Oh, wow. They gave you the power to do that?
No.
Did you get a certificate? Oh, okay.
Doing it anyway. Catrina makes her putt for par, and Paige gets the birdie here on 17. Mertsch will tap in her par.
Short, but not a gimme. I love these technical holes. We had 19 birdies today, and not too many bogeys, it looks like.
Well, that's good news. We like that.
It's nice. Just a nice breath of fresh air before this hole. Oh, Missy Gannon leading the way now. 9 down.
Bringing it into our final hole of the day, hole 18, par 5, 942 feet. If you want to be bold, you can go straight off the tee and try and get some distance, but that water really comes into play and the wind can sometimes swirl, or a lot of players are just going to throw a hyzer and play it safe, pitch across and get by the path. Then your second shot, you're playing up to the ball golf green short of the water. And if you're in good position, you're going to go over on your third. However, sometimes you end up in a sand pit, don't feel comfortable with it. You pitch up again, make your fourth shot across the water.
This footing is weird.
And hope for the par.
In this pit, though.
With all the rain, though, it's firmer.
It's interesting, too, because usually the weeds are taller, I thought.
Last year, they definitely were.
They were like knee high.
They did a lot of work at the preserve.
This is way better.
Everything is so well kept right now.
Yeah.
They had so many people coming in with mowers, all sorts of things.
Pretty amazing stuff.
This is Missy finishing out. That was her third shot to get across. So she's putting for birdie on the 18th.
Yeah, just a little more than 40 feet to go here. Missy!
And she does it. Missy,
10 down? Yeah. Bogey free 10 down?
She is going to finish round one with a 10 down.
First card out.
No one's even at the course yet. It's crazy.
That's insane.
Holyn was still sleeping. It was crazy.
That is wild. Like, was she done with her round before they
I heard them joking about it. Holyn and Tyler were like, you're going to wake up, play your round, have lunch, have dinner before we're even done.
Paige up first. Looking to get a birdie.
So she's going more aggressive.
Very
off the tee. Way more aggressive. Pushing straight.
Uh-oh.
And she does not make it. There is a drop zone on this hole, so no matter how far you get up, it doesn't matter.
It's quite a feat to save par from there. Doable, especially with the distance, but hard.
Holyn gives it a lot of height, and she's just guaranteeing that she's going to have the time to get over left.
Yeah, and she's well down there.
Personal opinion.
Oh.
I love how pretty this tee pad is.
Me too.
And the flowers.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
I think it's probably a shared opinion among most people, right? Flowers.
I didn't call it a hot take.
Are nice? Okay.
I just said
You're right.
It's not a hot take. It's just a regular.
I was waiting for the bomb
daily
to drop
coupon.
there.
Anyone just take it. Catrina playing the safe play, Heisering out left. And Kat looking like she wanted
between
to get
the aggressive and the safe.
She wanted to maybe get over on it more.
It's hard to make yourself. And you can see those two white markers back there is where Paige is going to have to go. Right here. These little obelisks.
In previous years, played from the sidewalk, and this is another new addition. They actually gave us the drop zone tee pad. This is another hole that MPO and FPO play the same, tee pad to basket.
Really good shot there from Paige, getting a ton of distance in a good spot. And the challenge here, it's interesting. There's a lot of different strategies, whether you're going to go, a lot of ladies go to the right of the sand pit. Some just land in it. If you land too far left, there's trees in the way. You never know.
The sand pit is in the best location and you can get distance to the pin. But if you don't want to run in the sand or have trouble running in the sand, where Holyn is going, if you can clear it, get past it.
Not quite.
She didn't do it. I mean, she'll be fine. But
yeah,
if you go too far right of the sand pit, you now have a turnover to get into the green. And if that's not your cup of tea.
Yeah. I love tea.
Take the sand. I love tea.
Oh, is that where you were going? No, I just want tea. Kat Mertsch in a similar spot to Holyn.
Yeah, both not clearing. There is a bit of distance past the sand pit, but you do risk skipping into the OB.
Mm-hmm. Paige going across.
Yes, please. Come on.
This is huge. And they really tightened this
Get
OB
safe.
From last year. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Last year they really tightened it.
They adjusted the shape of the green this year. It was longer in the direction of the fairway. And this year it's wider.
Oh, good. That's a good
they
change.
Spun it.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, because that would have been pushing OB last year.
Well,
a little bit.
Paige was OB.
Yeah. No. I mean,
it would have been
even Catrina's. Even that one, I'm saying it was really tight last year.
So Kat from the sand pit.
Ooh, that's a little sawed off.
Not too bad. Just another sand pit.
Just another sand pit. They really are. You can't call that a bunker.
Well, and if it was a bunker, it'd be OB. Probably for us.
Or
anyway.
Yeah, hazard. Yeah, you're right. Just a pit.
Holyn, a little bit left. I mean, she's going to, again, fine, but everyone seems to just either be over or under committing. I guess the people in the sand were under committing.
Yeah, it's hard to get that follow through in that rotation in that sand. Paige throwing 6 now.
She did not cross inbounds on her other shot, which is why she's throwing from this side.
Great shot. Man, rough finish though. Paige getting a lot of birdies. Catrina too, quite a few birdies out there, but just finding a little bit too much trouble.
Too much give and take. Mm-hmm. You just got to take.
You do. You got to shoot 1,000 rated every day just about to win the dang thing.
Catrina giving a little floaty circle 2 bid. It's not going to be enough to cash, but she'll just have a tap in.
Holyn for one more birdie, long look.
Oh,
interesting.
Puts the arms up, maybe.
Yeah. Wiggly arms.
So she will also be tapping in a par here on the 18th. Solid day for Holyn. Cat Mertsch for birdie.
Oh, what a finish.
Great job, Cat.
Cat with just a couple of... yeah,
Asking for it from the crowd.
Nah. Just kidding. Just joshing you guys.
Good way to finish. It's...
Yeah, rough day.
Especially with, she had, a double bogey.
Yeah, just a couple big numbers.
On the back.
Right, so 5 strokes and 2 holes.
But to end on a birdie in front of the crowd is such a nice way to go into tomorrow.
Yeah.
Paige, unfortunately, with a double bogey on 18, at least made a good putt for it.
Yeah.
Still in a better feeling, I guess.
Still under par, but I'm sure not satisfied with that performance. Yeah. After having won this, 2 years.
Yeah, it's a course she knows. It's a course she can play well.
And she has her confidence back, too.
Holyn finishing with her par to secure the 8 down. That's going to put her on lead card tomorrow. Catrina finishing with a par on 18.
Yeah, tough battle out there for Catrina, but I literally can't imagine doing what she's doing, and it's very impressive. I could never. I'm not tough enough.
Wrapping up our round 1, Holyn 8 down. We had Paige at 1 down, so our 2 players under par. Holyn is going to be on the lead card tomorrow with Missy Gannon shooting the hot 10, Owen Scoggins with a 6, and Maria lost a couple strokes there, but still going to be lead card tomorrow with a 6 down.
Yeah, it should be a fun watch. Haven't seen Maria in a hot sec. We see Owen all the time, but she's never not fun.
That's true.
And Missy Gannon.
Yeah.
Big distance Missy.
Big distance
You think she's going to
Missy.
play as well when it's not super early in the morning?
Ooh, probably.
Probably.
We have 7 players at that even mark, and they're all tied for 10th right now.
Oh, weird.
Not playing the way I thought it was going to play.
Sure.
I know it's a tough course. I think with the weather we thought we were going to have, today was actually great.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what's going to happen tomorrow, how everyone's going to react. I think we're going to have a little bit more wind, but it's going to keep the rain away still.
Yeah.
That's my
We'll see.
opinion.
We'll just have to watch together.
Oh, I can't wait.
Please join us. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
And I'm Raymond Klein. Have a good
Okay.
night. Okay.